Hi everyone, my name is Brianna and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do an everyday natural makeup look. This is going to be something really easy and basic. I feel like I get questions every day on how to do my brows or how to do mascara or just how to do simple things. So I feel like this video will cover a lot of that. And show some of the everyday products that I use in my makeup. So if you want to see how to achieve this look, just keep on. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is wash your face. If you have any oil or dirt or whatever, get it off, because you need it off, because you can't have that for makeup. So yeah, I just came out the shower, so my face is already clean. I'm actually doing Curology right now, so I did it with that. I used the cleanser and I put the moisturizer comes with on. But yeah, just clean your face, make sure it's oil free, you don't have anything on it. And then I like to put a headband on when I do my makeup. Okay, so once you have that on, I know I look crazy, but I don't like makeup in my hair, so I like to just keep everything back, because if not, it sticks and that's annoying. Alright, so your first step, you're gonna take a primer. I use the Nivea Post Shave Balm. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually been using this for a really long time. I first heard of it from Nikki Tutorials. She recommended to use it, so I tried it and I loved it. I've used other primers before, and primers very, I don't know, I feel like the primers that I've used, the makeup moves around too much and it never really dries. I don't know. I'm sure there's primers out there that work,
but this is what I use. So until this stops working, this is what I'm going to use.
So you're just gonna take a little drip, like that, literally, even maybe less than that, but you're just gonna take that, you're gonna rub it between your hands a little bit, and then you're just gonna put it all over your face. So then after that's set, you're just gonna let it dry for like a minute, and then it'll feel a little tacky, and that's how you know it's like ready for foundation. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Light Beige. I really like this foundation because it's thick and it gets a lot of coverage very easily, so I don't have to put too much on. So I like to just apply it with this is actually a concealer brush, but I use it to put my foundation on. I just find it easier. I don't really use it for concealer. So I'm just gonna put a pump on there, and I'm gonna just start going in on my cheeks. And I'm not putting it on like perfect. I'm just trying to get it on. After I'm done doing this, I'm gonna go in with a beauty blender and buff it out. Okay, so now I look crazy. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just buff that out. Make it nice and even. I like to bring it down to my neck just a little bit. I feel like my foundation matches very well, so I don't have to put it on my neck. Okay, so once you have your foundation down, you're gonna go in with a concealer. Today I'm gonna use my Maybeline concealer in the shade Light. You're just gonna take that and start to put it under your eyes. You're gonna do the same thing to the other eye. I just put it under here a little bit just to brighten all that up. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit on the forehead. I have a huge forehead, so I'm just trying to keep that small. My trick is to start at the bottom and blend that out into the rest of your face, and then go into the corners of the eye. I like that to set a little bit before I blend it out, so that it gives me more coverage. Okay, so once you're blending all that out, you want to grab your setting powder and start to set everywhere that you put concealer. So I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D, I'll show you this side, the Locket powder in translucent. So you're just going to pick that up with your wet beauty blender. And you're going to start patting it under your eye. Okay, so after you achieve the Casper the Friendly Ghost look, you want to go in with a bronzer. That's what it's called, right? Okay, so you just want to go in with the Hoolah bronzer. I really like this one. I feel like it...
I have no more. That's depressing.
Well, luckily, I have my backup Hoolah Lite. I also like this one. This one is better for everyday makeup. I feel like the other one on me is a little bit more strong. This is more subtle. So you're going to take your Hoolah and you want to grab a contouring brush. This is what I use. It's kind of dirty, but I use this one. I think I got this at Walgreens in like a set. Really good. I've been using it for a really long time and it hasn't failed me yet. So you just want to put your little brush in there and swirl it around and then tap it on your wrist. I suggest doing that because if you just put it directly from the pan to your face, it might come on really heavy and you're gonna look like you just rubbed mud on the side of your face. So you're gonna start going in on the cheekbone area and start blending that out. And I like to knock some of the white powder off while I'm doing this. It just gives it a better blended look when you do that. Then you're just gonna take that and go up on the top of your forehead as well to shrink that big old monster. Then I guess I just go on my jawline, you know, to cover that big double chin that I have. Okay, so once you've contoured all the spots that you have to, just knock off the rest of the powder with that brush. So now you have your foundation, your concealer, and your bronzer, powder, all of that finished. So this is what I call the base of makeup, because then I feel like everything else is just like an add-on. If you have this part done, consider yourself a makeup artist, because this was the hardest part. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my brows. For that, I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow. I've been using this my whole life, or at least all the years I've been doing makeup. It's a pomade. I use it in the color Ebony. That's not gonna work. You got the point. Ebony. I use it in Ebony. You're gonna take your dip brow and you're gonna grab your dip brow brush. So I have the Anastasia eyebrow brush. Been using this forever as well. You're just gonna take some of that product onto the brush. I like to like scoop a little bit out of the brush, and I use the cap to just, you know, put it on more even. So I just like go like this and use that kind of like I'm painting, so I don't put too much product on my face. I always like to start at the middle of the brow with the most product, and then I drag it out. Okay. And then I bring the brush, when it still has a good amount of product on it, to the top and drag that out as well. Oh, I messed up. Oops. Okay, so we'll give that another try. Okay, so once you barely have any product on the brush, you're gonna start very lightly swiping in the front, like brush-like strokes. That's what they call them, right? Just start doing that in the front. And then you're just gonna blend all of that out. Okay, so don't worry if the brow is not perfect. Obviously, I feel like it still looks like a little weird over here. But I'm going to go in with concealer, and once you do that, you'll see that it looks a lot better. Like, I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the concealer. Okay, so once you have both brows on, you're going to go in with your concealer and kind of like carve them out. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so to carve out my eyebrows, I use the Anastasia Pot Concealer. I don't think they sell this anymore. I'm pretty sure it's discontinued because I can't find it anywhere. So I use it literally just for like small areas like my eyebrows. I don't like to use it all over my face because I love this concealer so much, and it's like gone like forever, I think. Alright, so you're going to take your concealer brush and your concealer, and you're going to take a very small amount of product. I like to drag it out onto the end. As you can see, easily drag it. Just so I get a very small amount. Then you want to just grab your mirror and start to carve out your brows with the concealer. After you underline your brow, you want to just pull the product down so that when you blend it out, you get a better whatever, it's gonna look better. You can already see, like, just by blending it out with the brush, that it blends in more. Okay. So once you do that, you do the same thing to the other brow, and then I'll show you how to blend it after that. Okay, so we have our brows underlined. I look crazy. Alright, so you're just going to take your beauty blender, the same one you've been using, and I like to squeeze it like this so that it's smaller to get under my brow. Sometimes I actually just use my finger to blend it out, but I don't know, I'm feeling the beauty blender today. Alright, so once you have your brows done, we can start where I want to start. Alright, so I guess I will do shadow next. I'll do some eyeshadow, and then we'll do mascara, then highlight, then lipstick. For shadow today, we're going to go in with the Morphe 35R palette. I really like this palette for everyday makeup looks because it has all a bunch of neutral colors, as you can see here, but it still has like your shimmer. So alright, so first I just go and I take my finger and I blend out, because I always get this little crease. I don't know about you guys, but I always get like a little crease there after from like foundation and stuff, so I just buff that out with my finger. I'm not a fan of eyeshadow primer. I don't use that. If I use anything, I just put a layer of concealer. So like when I'm doing heavier going out makeup, I put concealer on my whole entire eye, and I use that as primer. I'm not a fan of shadow primer. Okay, so I'm gonna take a neutral shade first. So I'm gonna use this one right here, this little beige one, just as a base. So I'm gonna take my little Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush and just put that on my eye. Okay, so for natural looks, I usually just use a color and then I'll put a shimmer a little bit on my lid, just a light shimmer, nothing heavy, just to give it a little bit of pop. Today I'm gonna use this color right here. This is like my everyday go-to color. It's like a pink purple undertone color. Alright, so for that I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush and just swirl, 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 tap, and then start applying it to your eye. You want to focus on the outer corners more than anything. Notice how I'm just putting it on the top. I'm not putting it on my lid yet. I'm just focusing here on the brow bone, just to give it some depth. Do not be afraid to blend, blend, blend. because if you don't blend and you're walking around with some straight edge shadow, you're gonna get roasted, and you don't want to get roasted. Okay, so once you feel like it's been blended enough, you could just go and do the other eye, the same step, and then we'll do the next step after that. Okay, so once you've laid both pink shadows onto your lid, you're gonna take a shimmer shade. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this shimmer shade right here. This one, it's like a champagne color. So I actually just use my finger for this one. I just dip it in the pan and rub it around, so you have a little bit on your finger like that. And then you're gonna start just pressing it onto your lid. Okay, so I know it looks crazy, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it and we're gonna blend it out. You could just go back in with the same brush you put the pink on with and just blend it out. Okay, so once you feel like it's blended out well enough, do the same thing to the other eye. Story of my life. Okay, so once you have both eyes done, you can take your mascara and just start putting that on. I love the roller lash by Benefit. I feel like this is really good for everyday makeup because it applies it very naturally, so your eyelashes aren't like thick and heavy. This is just good for like everyday makeup. I suggest when you do your mascara to put it on your top lashes first, let them dry, and then do your bottom lashes. Boom, and then you have it. Lashes are done. Okay, so my favorite highlighter of all time is the Artiste Couture in the diamond glow patterns that they have in Illuminati. I gotta get some of it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with my Anastasia highlighter brush. I'm gonna just dip some of that. And for this, I don't tap. Depends, but I usually don't tap. I usually just start dabbing the highlight where I want it first, like that. Oh Lord, y'all see that? Oh Lord. Okay, I'm gonna start pressing, and then you could just start blending it out. Okay, so once your cheekbones are done, I like to take a fluffy brush and put some on the tip of my nose. So I usually take a brush like this and put some highlight on the inner corners of my eyes and the tip of my nose and Cupid's bow. Okay, so once you're glowing like a goddess, you can put some lipstick on. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Jordana liner in the shade Rockin' Rose. I love these liners. I don't know if Walgreens still sells them, but a couple of years ago I bought a bunch of them from Walgreens, and they're literally so cheap. They're like, I'm talking about like literally $1, $2. They're so cheap and they work really well. Like they glide like butter on your lips. So with this, I'm just gonna line my lips. Okay, so once you line your lips, you can take whatever lipstick, lip gloss you like and put that on. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Vintage and put that on my lips. And then boom, there you have it, lip gloss, shiny lips, juicy, good shit. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the makeup. Now you just want to take any setting spray. I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter right now. So you're just gonna take that and spritz that on your thighs. I have this trick that if you dry your spray with like a book or a fan, like fan yourself and dry it with your hand, it sets a lot better than just letting it air dry. I don't know why, but it does, so do it. Okay, so there you have it. This is your everyday makeup look. Pretty easy, as you could tell. It's pretty basic, pretty simple, nothing crazy, very comfortable. Well, that wraps up my first YouTube video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun doing this. I've been holding this off forever now. I'm so happy I finally got to do it, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I plan on making more YouTube videos. I really want to know what you guys want to see from me, whether it's hair, makeup, skincare. I just want to know what you guys want to see. So be sure to comment, message me on Instagram, just letting me know what you want to see, or maybe send me a picture of a look you'd like to see me try. Just give me ideas on what kind of videos to make. Be happy to try them out for you. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe to me down below. Again, thanks for watching.